With the score of the California Quakes 15, the Florida Sundogs 10. We're underway here in the second half. The Florida Sundogs decimated by injuries. David Glenny is out. Gina Lombardo is out. Posse and Suzanne Charlene are out because of immigration problems. And to make matters worse, Denise Lone has professed her love for the captain of the California Quakes. And the last thing the Sundogs can afford is to let the Quakes get out to a bigger lead. Feet short-handed, they're out of their normal rotation, both on jammers and blockers. Right now it's Debbie Rice and Amy Craig, number 30 out of Fairhope, Alabama. The Sundogs certainly are going to this speedster. Debbie Rice, and down she goes. A big elbow from Amy Craig. Craig turns around, and now Heather Sunderman drops Lindsey Francis. This is the last thing the Sundogs need as the Quakes tie up the entire Sundog pack. Craig and Sunderman go by 3 of the California Quakes. 6 more points, and suddenly they've doubled them up, plus it's 21-10.
And this is exactly what I was talking about in the first half, Ken. We saw the California Quakes send people like Faith Urban out on jams. Brooke Sunderman was playing a big role. They were saving the big guns in the name of Amy Craig, Heather Sunderman. These guys are the horses for the California Quakes scoring points. And those are the Florida Sundogs, 2 of them we were talking about that are out. As these Florida Sundogs, not only are they getting beat, but they're very tired, and men and women down, Ken.
You can well imagine how bad Posse and Suzanne Charlene would like to be on this track, especially with the additional injuries to the Sundogs, but it is not to be due to a court order. 21-10, and now it's Jamie Conomack coming out for the California Quakes, being pursued by Andrea Franklin. The last thing the Sundogs can afford is for California to get any more points. And great move, the big knee from Andrea Franklin sends Jamie Conomack down.
And I'm still getting a kick out of what you hit on the head with, and their best player professing her love for the captain of the opposing team. Unbelievable.
Only in the World Skating League, believe you me. Now Andrea Franklin's coming up. This is Stacy Blitch back to try and block her out. Blitch, the upset of all the California Quakes over this romance. Good job of Stacy Blitch. One of the Sundogs tried to take her skates out from under. She went right by. And what a great job of blocking out Andrea Franklin Stacy Blitch is doing. As time runs out, Stacy Blitz single-handedly as she blows Franklin a sarcastic kiss, preventing Andrea Franklin from putting any points on the board.
And you saw Stacy Blitz do a very smart thing, Ken. She turned around, faced off, but did not go the opposite direction, which would have been a penalty for her team.
And certainly you would have to imagine the California Quakes right now with that 11-point lead. They'll go into a defensive shell. Now the Sundogs try and come out with Lindsey Francis. Meanwhile, the Quakes are keeping a fresh jammer in. This is Sydney Zimmerman dueling with Lindsey Francis. The biggest detriment to the Florida Sundogs with so many people out, they just can't rotate their jammers, they can't rest them, and then things go from bad to worse as the Quakes have every available jammer out and doing a good job of rotating. Lindsey Francis with a knee is able to slow down Sydney Zimmerman, but not drop her. Zimmerman doing a great job of gaining her balance. She's got some new skates on, and it has really increased not only her speed, but more importantly her balance. Now, Brooke Sunderman comes around. Lindsey Francis does a good job. Go by Sunderman, but picks up 1 point and cuts it off. But Hawk, they need a lot more than 1 point.
Well, a lot more than 1 point. And I've got to think that Debbie Rice is really sucking wind here, Ken. You see Zimmerman go around and score some points, or alertly calls off the jam because Sydney Zimmerman was in hot pursuit. But you're right, they need a lot more. They need it fast, and they need it now.
And the Sundogs trail this one by 10. At least they're picking up a point. But the main thing they're doing, this is 2 jams in a row. They have prevented the Quake women rather, from putting any points on the board. And now we see Denise Loden out jamming against the California Quakes. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jamie Conomack in pursuit, but keep a sharp eye on where Stacy Blitz is on the track, because you could just imagine how Blitz would like to get it Loden. Loden dropped Jamie Conomack as they come around.
And we saw her doing this in the first half, Ken, and she picked up a bunch of points for her Florida Sundogs.
And now she comes up on the pack. Stacy Blitz is trying to drop back. Loden goes right around Sunderman, goes right around Faith Urban. Now here it comes. Oh, she flies right around, cuts to the inside, goes right around Stacy Blitz, and is able to pick up 3 big points for her team, and then cuts off the jam. There's no question where her priorities lie, being cheered on by the Charlenes.
And whatever you want to say about Denise Loden dating the captain of the opposing team, we saw that in the first half, Ken. When time is down, when they need the points, she gets it done, puts on a jammer helmet, did it in the first period, she did it again right there in the third period.
slowly the short man, Florida Sundogs, are creeping back into this one. From an 11-point deficit, they cut it to 7, but more importantly, 3 straight jams. They have held the California Quakes scoreless. Now this is Andrea Franklin finally getting out for the Sundogs, and she is chasing Stacy Blitch. Both these gals very physical and very, very quick. In fact, both deceptively quick for the size as they come around. Franklin trying to catch up to Blitch. Blitch doing a good job of keeping on the inside, trying to skate the short track. Now Faith Urban back trying to direct some traffic. Stacy Blitch leads back and just nails Andrea Franklin. A very heads-up move by Stacy Blitch with a 7-point lead. Not wanting to risk it, say time is on the Quake side, cut off the jam, scoreless, heads-up play by Blitch.
And Stacy Blitch prefers to be a blocker, Ken, but you saw, you hit it on the head. She puts a jammer helmet on when they're in a defensive stance. She was not looking to score points. She was just looking to prevent the Sundogs from scoring points.
She did that for the Sundogs. Now it's 4 straight jams that the Quake women have been unable to put anything on the board. Now it's Debbie Rice and Amy Craig, the 2 quickest gals on their respective teams, with the Florida Sundogs down by 7. Have got to get something going. They've got 2 things they've got to focus on. One, keeping the Quakes off the board, but they have got to begin putting some points on as they have skated 2 scoreless jams. When you trail by 7, that's not going to do you a lot of good as we are coming down to the very end of this 3rd period, and it looks like time will run out before either jammer has a chance to catch up to the pack, and that's the way the 3rd period ends. 21-14, the California Quakes, as Faith Urban takes a big spill courtesy of Andrea Franklin.
And you have to love the maturity of Amy Craig as well, Kim. We saw her early in the season, not very well experienced. And here we go, Stacy Blitch and Denise Loden. We've been talking about it. You've got it all here, Kim. You got Romance. You've got Sean Atkinson coming over there. Sean Corbin, Jamie Conemack. It is now a melee.
Sean Atkinson tried to pull Stacy Blitch off, and the rest of his team visibly upset with Atkinson. I'll tell you what, this is Katie Barr.